A gazelle is dead. The chase lasted less than a minute. The cheetah is exhausted. Then another predator appears. A leopard. The cheetah backs away. The leopard takes the meal. The lesson seems obvious. The stronger predator won. But that creates a problem. If leopards are stronger, why didn't they replace cheetahs? And if speed is such a powerful advantage, why didn't cheetahs replace leopards? These two cats have lived alongside each other for millions of years. They hunt many of the same animals, compete for many of the same resources. Yet neither one eliminated the other, which raises a surprisingly interesting question. Why didn't evolution choose a winner? If you compare these cats on paper, the leopard seems to have the advantage. It's stronger, more adaptable, a better climber, a better fighter, and it can survive in a much wider range of environments. Historically, leopards occupied one of the largest ranges of any big cat. They lived across most of Africa, parts of the Middle East, India, Southeast Asia, China, and even the Russian Far East. That's an enormous area, much larger than the modern range of cheetahs. Leopards are also dietary generalists. Depending on where they live, they'll eat antelope, monkeys, birds, reptiles, rodents, and dozens of other animals. In some regions, scientists have documented more than 100 different prey species in leopard diets. That's one reason they're so successful. If one food source disappears, they can often switch to another. And then there's the strength advantage. Leopards regularly drag prey into trees, sometimes prey weighing almost as much as the leopard itself. This isn't just impressive, it's practical. Africa is full of thieves, lions, hyenas, wild dogs. If food stays on the ground, there's a good chance another predator will take it. So leopards move the food. Problem solved. The more you look at the leopard, the more it starts to resemble the perfect all-round predator, which makes the cheetah seem like a strange alternative, because instead of becoming more adaptable, the cheetah went in the opposite direction. Most big cats are built around strength and versatility. The cheetah isn't. In many ways, it barely follows the normal big cat blueprint. Its body is lighter, its waist is narrower, its legs are longer, its head is smaller, even its claws are unusual. Unlike most cats, they don't fully retract. That gives the cheetah extra traction while running, almost like built-in running spikes. Its spine is even more remarkable. As the cheetah runs, the spine flexes and extends like a spring. This dramatically increases stride length. At full speed, a single stride can cover more than 7 meters. The tail helps with balance and steering. The lungs are oversized. The heart is oversized. The entire animal is optimized for one thing: speed. And the results are extraordinary. A cheetah can accelerate faster than many sports cars over short distances. Within seconds, it can reach speeds that most predators never come close to. It's the fastest land animal on Earth. But here's the interesting part. Evolution rarely gives an advantage for free. Every adaptation comes with a trade-off, and the cheetah paid a very large price for speed. The cheetah's strategy works brilliantly, right up until the chase ends. A sprint takes an enormous amount of energy. After a successful hunt, the cheetah is exhausted. Its breathing rate skyrockets. Its body temperature rises dramatically. For several minutes, it needs time to recover. And that creates an opportunity for everyone else to steal its kill. The predator that did all the work may end up losing the meal. This happens often enough that biologists have a term for it: kleptoparasitism, which is a scientific way of saying someone stole your lunch. And it isn't the only problem. Cheetahs are relatively lightly built compared to other large predators. They aren't designed for prolonged fights. They aren't particularly good at defending kills. And life gets even harder for their cubs. In some regions, most cheetah cubs never reach adulthood. Predators, disease, exposure, and simple bad luck all take a toll. Then there's a problem most people never hear about: genetics. Around the end of the last ice age, cheetahs appear to have gone through a severe population bottleneck. Their numbers dropped dramatically. Modern cheetahs still carry the genetic signature of that event. They have unusually low genetic diversity compared with many other mammals, which means the fastest land animal on Earth came surprisingly close to disappearing. So the cheetah isn't an example of evolution creating the perfect predator. It's an example of evolution taking a huge risk. If the cheetah represents specialization, the leopard represents versatility. But versatility isn't the same thing as perfection. Leopards are incredibly adaptable, yet they give up something important that cheetahs possess: speed. A leopard can sprint, but not for long, and nowhere near as fast as a cheetah. If a gazelle spots a leopard too early, the hunt is often over before it begins. That's because leopard hunting depends heavily on surprise. A cheetah can afford to be seen. A leopard usually can't. This creates an interesting contrast. When a cheetah hunts, most of the work happens after the prey notices it. When a leopard hunts, most of the work happens before. A leopard may spend 20 minutes stalking through grass, bushes, or shadows just to get within striking distance. For a leopard, distance is often the real enemy, so the leopard didn't solve the hunting problem better. It solved it differently. Because by evolving different solutions, these cats began using the same environment in different ways. And that's where the real answer starts to appear. There's another way to think about these cats. The cheetah's strategy is risky. Every hunt demands an enormous burst of speed. Every successful kill attracts competitors. Every mistake is costly. The leopard's strategy is slower, less dramatic, but often more reliable. In a sense, these cats aren't just using different hunting techniques. They're making different evolutionary bets. So, at this point, it seems like cheetahs and leopards should be direct competitors. Then, why didn't one species eventually outcompete the other? The answer is that they aren't using the environment in the same way. A cheetah prefers open country, places where it can spot prey from a distance and build up speed. Its greatest advantage only works when there's room to use it. A leopard often prefers something very different, places where cover allows it to get close to prey without being seen. The same landscape can offer completely different opportunities depending on which cat is looking at it. And they don't just separate themselves in space, they often separate themselves in time. Cheetahs are primarily active during the day, partly because their eyesight is excellent, but also because daytime helps them avoid some of Africa's most dangerous competitors. Leopards are often more active at dusk and during the night, when darkness makes ambush hunting easier. Even when both species occupy the same region, they may not be hunting at the same time. It's almost like working different shifts. Then there's the way they actually catch prey. A cheetah relies on pursuit. Once it's detected, the chase is just beginning. A leopard relies on surprise. For it, the most important part of the hunt happens before the prey even realizes danger is nearby. The result is that the same gazelle can represent two very different opportunities. Standing in open grassland, it favors the cheetah. Standing near thick cover, it favors the leopard. This is the key to the entire story. Cheetahs and leopards aren't competing for every opportunity. They're specializing in different ones. But specialization didn't eliminate competition. It only changed its shape. Leopards still steal cheetah kills. They still kill cheetah cubs. Conflict never disappeared. It simply became survivable, which reveals something important about evolution. Evolution doesn't create harmony, it creates workable solutions. At first glance, cheetahs and leopards look like rivals. It feels like one of them should have won. But evolution wasn't looking for a winner. It found two different solutions. Neither strategy was perfect. Both survived. And that's why both cats are still here. And cheetahs and leopards are just one example. Across ecosystems, evolution keeps returning to the same solution. Not a winner, but a different way to survive. The same pattern appears in the sky as well, between a hunter built for raw power and another built for pure speed.